Yeah, it's always the most difficult game in a series. You're going to face a team that is playing with great desperation, but is also willing to try anything to survive. So it's the ultimate case of expect the unexpected, and you have to try to match their desperation.
Start over here. Tanya Ganguly.
I'm not asking what was said, but have you guys had any discussions as a team about the Jacob Blake situation?
We talked about it in film this morning. Really, me addressing it to our team, and the message was sort of along the lines of, it's obviously it's disheartening and disturbing for all of us, and it's difficult to digest and then to go play a game. But it's okay to align our goals here with regard to we're here to compete for a championship, but the further we advance in the playoffs, the bigger our platform to speak up on this grows. And I think it's important for our guys to understand that. We had a we had a genius talk about a week or two ago with John Carlos. And the primary takeaway for me is that he wasn't just an athlete that won a medal and decided, to make a statement at that point. He trained with the intent of reaching the victory stand so that he could make the victory statement. And he was motivated by this. And I think it's okay for all of us in here in the NBA bubble to have that mindset, to try to align our goals and compete to advance so that we can grow our platform to help affect change. And that was just my primary message for our guys this morning.
Sort of along those lines, there was a moment in June where some players were discussing not coming to the bubble at all because of wanting to concentrate and focus on these issues. And Kyle said last night, some of the focus has been taken off, in his opinion. Do you feel like we could kind of arrive at maybe some players getting frustrated enough where they might consider sitting out of games or not playing in frustration out of these issues?
I would understand it, but I have not sensed that with our group.
I do actually want to ask a basketball question. With you guys as coaches last summer met to kind of go over some ideas about the strategy and game plan and talk about the league guarding some of the league's great scorers. Was Dame one of those scorers you talked about initially?
Yes. The whatever prototype you want to say, Steph, Dame, now Trae Young, the small guards that have the ability to, pop up off the bounce for three-pointers with range, but also have the speed to race your bigs to the basket, are among the most difficult challenges a defensive coordinator can face. So, yes, Dame was absolutely one of those.
Will, do you have a couple on your end?
All right, I do. Mark Medina.
Hey, Frank. Good to see you.
Hi, Mark.
So apologies in advance for the random question here, but I was just trying to gauge folks around the league. With how Luka Doncic has been, these first 2 years and his performances as of late, what's your outlook on him being the league's next transcendent star?
I think he is the league's next transcendent star. That's my take on it. It's just remarkable what he's doing right now at his age, and one of the most unique players ever to come into this league. So I believe he is, if not the next transcendent star, one of the next transcendent stars.
Hey Frank, just want to know what you saw from AD, if anything, physically. He said he was fine. He would, could have potentially, in his mind, gone back in and was fully planning on playing next game. And just wanted to see where you gauged him physically, where he was.
Yeah, he was just moving a little gingerly. I felt like it would have loosened up if it were a close game and we needed him to finish. But obviously, with the score what it was, we erred on the side of caution. And, just in talking to him right before I came out here, he feels good to go for tomorrow night. I think we're going to list him as probable, but he should be good to go tomorrow night.
Cassie?
Coach, with Damon's status up in the air and you guys trying to close this one out, is there anything that you're saying to your team to avoid some sort of complacency with Damon's status in mind?
Well, that's part of the expect the unexpected, of a closeout game. Obviously they could do a bunch of different things, but not knowing whether he's in or out certainly changes the dynamic of the game. And if he were not to play, there's plenty of other firepower on their team that that could beat us, and could even be a letdown type of situation if that were the case. But any way we look at it, we're going to be prepared for him to play big minutes in a desperate type of situation, and he's capable of beating any team by himself. So again, we have tremendous respect for this basketball team, and we're going to have to play a great game to win tomorrow night.
All right, and last two, Will?
All right, yes, I have two more. Alan Sliwa.
Hey, Coach, just out of curiosity, do you feel like you're still learning a lot about this team? I'll just use last night as an example. Obviously it's your first playoff run with this group. Such a swing game to kind of take control of the series. Do you feel like even now in the postseason there's still so much to learn about your team? They obviously delivered yesterday.
Well, yeah, like you said, they did deliver. My understanding of our team and my belief in our team is that we're going to rise to the occasion in these big moments when it's needed the most. And, obviously that's the one thing that we've not checked the box on because we haven't been there yet. But that's in front of us coming up hopefully over the next however long these playoffs proceed. And, what we do in those big moments is really the last piece of my understanding of trying to learn new things about our team.
Hey Frank, I have two questions for you. First of all, I was hoping to get an update on how Rondo's doing, and then second of all, considering how well you guys have been playing as of late, I was wondering if earlier when you guys were trying to get your legs under you, if there was a moment when you didn't know if the Lakers were going to be at this level when the playoffs started.
I always had a great deal of confidence, that we would turn the corner. I really believe in the law of averages and the reversion to the mean with in particular with regard to shooting percentages. We've been very committed to the defensive end, even in those games where we quote unquote didn't play well. And if we're doing that and we exhibit a dominant defense, I believe if we play the right way offensively and our guys have a willingness to play the right way offensively, that the offense would come around. And we saw that in the last couple of games, but we still have a lot of room to grow, and we have to sustain that. So I guess in answer to your question, I always believed that it was there and would come.
Rondo?
Oh, Rondo, yes. In regard to Rondo is still banged up. Probably going to list him as doubtful, I think, for tomorrow, and it's unlikely he plays tomorrow night.